So
that's great. It's really good research.
What is the point of researching
These great
this? So
ideas.
I know how to title it?
What?
And
Yeah.
this research is so you know how to title it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to do the research first so you know how to title the YouTube so that YouTube actually,
Picks
promotes
it
your
up.
video. So what kind of video are you doing?
Oh my God, I knew you were up to something.
So what are you doing, P?
Oh
Tell
my
the crowd.
God.
Tell everyone what you're doing.
I am uploading my YouTube video
So
for
what
the
do
new
you-
moon.
What are you researching though? What do you?
I am researching the most popular titles of, so I can post my video.
Well, show everyone what's the score that you got, because you got like a good score. We are discovering, for everyone just watching, the best titles for the new moon.
Yeah.
And P here has done a lot of great work all day today on her newest video. Which, P, do you want to tell people about your newest video? Like, what's going on? What's being created here?
Basically, I'm uploading a video on the new moon energy and also the fall equinox, or also known as the autumn equinox. And it just basically talks about like what to expect, especially with like the Mercury energy and all these planets going retrograde. And then just like a channeled message from source is really what it is. So
It's a lot more than that. It's very powerful. If you haven't subscribed to P's YouTube channel yet, go check it out at Paola Michelle on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. And what is your name on YouTube is just Paola Michelle, right?
it's just Paola Michelle.
Okay,
Just like that.
Paola Michelle.
You can find me there.
Hi guys, welcome to the live stream. It's so great to have you all here. Let me know in the comments where you are coming in from, what your name is, what your astrology sign is. Are you excited? Alden is back inside, which is great. He's a little upset that he was locked outside for so long. He was locked outside for so long. What do? You want to say hi to the cameras? You want to say hi to the cameras? I know. He's just a...
That's your daddy.
Woo! All right, welcome, guys. It's been a while since I've gone live, guys, and I have to apologize for that. But also, I got to say, I'm human, and I've been going through one heck of a time for Mercury retrograde, going through these full moon cycles, these new moon cycles. It's been absolutely insane, and so I just want to say I appreciate you guys' patience and waiting for me to return here on the live and the video. Okay, so what are we going to be talking about tonight, guys? Let's get into it. Now, of course, the way I work is I love to be as interactive as possible. If you guys have questions, if you guys want to talk about certain things, if you guys want to do or be certain things, you are free to do so in this live stream, in this live chat. And I like to mix that in with the general topic, which is astrology, the new moon, and the ominous September 24th. What is going on September 24th? Oh my goodness gracious. So lots of things to talk about. Just released a TikTok, a reel, and a YouTube video all about the new moon. So if you haven't watched it yet, do be sure to check that out. And we'll get more into it. So first and foremost, what is it right now that you guys feel in your life is most uncertain? Let's just bring this topic out to the forefront. The intention for tonight, by the way, is to be a bit of just a collective channeled message, a little bit of healing, a little bit of just back and forth, and just a little bit of support through what you guys are going through. For those of you guys who are new to me, my name is Brandon Tobias. I'm an intuitive astrologer, a tarot guide, and a psychic medium. And I help people to realign with their true soul self so they can live out their mission, find purpose and fulfillment, and change the world. I just released, by the way, brand new opportunity for group coaching for the insane price, the insanely low price of $33.33 a month for weekly live sessions. You get a private community, you get group coaching live with me every single week. We're going over how to heal, how to tap into your spirit guides, how to activate your spiritual superpowers. You are in a private community that's not on Facebook to interact with other people just like you who are looking to become their best selves. And the whole intention is to find what makes you great inside so that you can find a way to change the world. That, in my opinion, is the reason we're all here, and that's why I've been put here on this earth, to help people find what that is. So if you're interested in joining our community, just for $33 a month. By the way, there's no long-term commitment. It's a literal month-to-month contract, no contracts involved, just month-to-month. Check out the link in my bio to learn more about that. Okay, if you're interested, it is the lowest offer I've ever had. Normally my coaching is like $1,500 a month. My one-on-one sessions are $400 an hour. And this is like insanely cheap. And the reason I put it out there is because there was too many people I realized that did not have the opportunity, maybe financially, to invest into a one-on-one coaching. And I realized I can help more people, and it can be a win for me as well to build this community and work on my skills as a leader to impact even more people, right? And I truly believe that it's my next wave, it's my next path to help more people rather than just helping like one-on-ones, things like that, which I was doing a lot of before. So check out the link in my bio if you're interested in that. Again, monthly group coaching with live sessions, all aimed at teaching you how to activate your superpowers, how to heal, and collectively how to move forward and change the world on a week-by-week basis. So check it out. All right. Now, future stability, age 54, divorced. Okay, so that's the uncertainty for Sassy Mom 18. By the way, welcome back, Sassy Mom 18. Wendy says, I need a climate change. Oklahoma family isn't really cool with me being gay, super conservative. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks, quite frankly. That's awesome, says Wendy. Future stability, been in a long-term relationship, no marriage, no children. Do I go find someone else? Lagging big. Hopefully that's my uncertainty, guys. I'm lagging in the internet, is unstable with Mercury. Okay, good. And the question I have for each and every single one of you is, what is that uncertainty in this particular moment, right? If you were to feel into the feeling of it being uncertain in this particular moment, what emotion would that bring up within you? Okay, if you were to feel into the uncertainty, you go, okay, this thing in my life, let's say, for instance, my internet that's lagging apparently, right? That brings a bit of uncertainty to me. Okay, and I ask myself, well, why? Why is that bringing up uncertainty? And what's behind that uncertainty? Well, for me personally, it's a fear. And that fear is, I'm gonna look stupid. That fear is, I'm not going to be powerful enough or impactful enough for these people to get something out of tonight's live session. That fear is that something is going to go catastrophically wrong and that I'll never be able to make up for it, right? And I have no idea where that comes from, but I'm just telling you based off what I'm currently feeling, why and what the uncertainty brings up for me. And so my question for each of you is, if that's what's going on for me, what is the uncertainty? What emotion does the uncertainty bring up for you? What emotion does the uncertainty bring up for you in this particular moment that you can identify and go, you know what? The root core of that uncertainty is this particular emotion for this particular reason, okay? Now, my intention here is to not just to bring this up for you guys, it's to teach you how to let it go. It's to teach you how to remove it so you can have a smoother experience with your life moving forward. How many guys, raise of hands, would like that knowledge, would like that ability to remove, okay, the root core emotion that might be driving your anxiety or driving your fear? Yeah, I know for sure I would. In fact, this is why I practice what I'm preaching on a daily basis. You don't just get this beautiful hair from not doing any emotion work. I'm just kidding. Okay. Any advice for someone finally free of a narcissist after 20 years of marriage? I love that. Well, the first thing I would say in a very serious way, because this deserves a more serious direct energy, but I would say with anyone in a long-term relationship formerly with a narcissist or someone who really manipulates the situation or the energy to make it about them always and against you or against the other, okay? It's a constant, perpetual belief that you are not enough, that you are in the wrong, okay? And that you are not doing the things that are conducive to the best thing overall for each of everyone's lives, your own life and their life and the world's life. And that's just a horrible belief to have. And so my inquiry to you would be to say, what belief did you take on from being with someone who perpetually made you feel like you were not enough, okay? Who perpetually made you feel like you were in the wrong? What belief did you take on about yourself? Now, this is going to be deep. Let me just tell you that, because most people don't realize, myself included, sometimes the beliefs that get instilled, even if we never consciously say that to ourselves. Like I'm not going to say to myself, yeah, I'm just not worthy of receiving all the money that I could ever want, so me and my family could live comfortably, right? I'm not walking around saying that. But let's say that things happened when I was younger, or happened in a past relationship, or happened somewhere else, where unconsciously, right, the way that things went, it made it seem, the perception, my mind unconsciously, subconsciously took that belief on that said, yeah, there's no way you're worthy of receiving enough money to be comfortable because this, and this happened, or this person that said this, and this to you. And you respect that person, meaning that they must be right, meaning that that's the truth, right? So these things are so deep and happen so quickly that we have barely any time to process them. So my question, my job as a coach, a healer, as a guide, this is what my job and who I am boils down to. I just help you find the belief inside of you, inside of your belly, okay? Inside of your belly, because that's where it really lies, the truth be told. I help you discover and identify the belief in your belly about what really holds you back, what you really feel or believe about yourself, not what you say that you believe about yourself. I could look at myself and say, I'm the richest person on earth 1,000,000 times till I'm blue in the face. That would not make it true. Okay, especially if my body believed or the reality was something different. So in order to get to the truth, to change a life, to change your life, we have to get to the root, right, of what that is. So someone says, Red Bryce says, I feel like I'm not deserving of love. Okay, beautiful realization there, Red Bryce. Is this the first time you've had that realization, or is this new for you? Let us know in the comments, please. Wendy says, yes, you're right, the gut. I know, it's an uncomfortable place, right? Jeremy Wood 697 says, I don't have it. Jeremy Wood, I envy you because, brother, you must be perfect. And I envy you for that one. I'm too strong, my belief I've taken up, therefore I don't need this relationship. Wow, beautiful. Good. So here's the point, is when you identify, Jeremy says, I am. I love, hey, you know what? A+ for confidence. I love it, brother. When you find that belief, okay, and this is just universal, guys. This is universal, and this is of hundreds and hundreds of clients that I've coached so far in coaching containers and one-on-one sessions. Here's been my experience. When you find the belief inside of you that says, oh, I'm not worthy for love because I'm too strong, for example, or I'm not worthy for money because I'm too good for it, right? Or I'm not worthy for this because of that. That belief unconsciously represents a wall, okay? A literal wall. Like when I go into people's energy, it's a block. It's a wall. It's like the Great Wall of China up in there. And when you try to go into it, it instantly pushes it away, pushes love away, right? Because when I work with people, I'm sending love, right? I'm emanating unconditional love. I'm bringing unconditional love in from the Creator. And so I can tell what's in contrast to that. Does that make sense? It's nothing woo-woo about it. This is a science. When you bring the energy of the emotion of unconditional love, you can tell what's in contrast. So here's my query or my request for you guys now. And by the way, you guys want more of this? You guys want group coaching with me on a weekly basis, just like this? Check out my new group coaching program. We are doing weekly live sessions, only $33 a month, and you get a private community to do it alongside lots of other light workers who are here to change the world and change their own lives. Check that out, links in my bio. Now, what you guys can do is you can do this to yourself. And so what I want you guys to do, if you guys did it already and you found the belief or the emotion, the root emotion of what that uncertainty brings up right now, because there is uncertainty, right? The collective is going through uncertainty. Well, what does that bring up? What emotion does that bring up? And then what belief does that bring up behind the emotion? You guys see what I'm saying? So it goes belief leads to emotion, leads to mindset. Yeah? Belief leads to emotion, leads to mindset or my general perception of the world. Yeah? So if we can get down to the belief. Now, if you've identified a limiting belief, I call it a limiting belief, okay? It's my fancy terminology for subconscious beliefs that no longer serve us. If we identify that limiting belief and the corresponding emotion that's negative as well, anxiety, depression, fear, anger, right, all these things, we can bring the energy of unconditional love. You can ask the Creator, say, hey, Creator, can you send unconditional love? Sending unconditional love from the Creator to this area in our body, to this belief in our body. And then what happens is amazing. It's called transmutation. Transmutation. You could do this right now as we speak. If there's an area you're uncertain about, I want you to take a second, have your hand on your belly and send unconditional love. I send unconditional love from the Creator of all that is, was, and ever will be to this particular area. And I release that which does not serve anymore. I release that belief. I release that emotion. I release that feeling of, fill in the blank, uncertainty, feeling of regret, okay? Right? I'm just going to channel some beliefs going on right now, some regret, depression, anxiety, uncertainty. Obviously, we channeled anger and rage. A lot of that in the collective right now as well. I release and uncover through unconditional love, through the power of unconditional love, this rage and anger to see what the true emotion is. Yeah. Sometimes you'll have to dig through the layers and to find out what's really deeply inside. And sometimes in life we have so many layers because we have not wanted to address something really, the core root of what we have inside from way deep past in our childhood, that it takes time to unleash those layers, okay? Kind of like an onion. How many guys feel like you might be an onion inside? And you got a protective shield up right here. You're looking at me, you got a protective shield, but then deep inside you're like a soft and chewy, ooey gooey gummy bear. Softy says 1221. So let me know how that goes, guys. Try that out right now, and I promise that can change your life. Whitney says, like Shrek, haha, yes, absolutely. Missy Miss 86, I know I'm worthy and have a lot to offer, just can't seem to find my person. Good, then no one deserves your time and energy right now. That's the truth of it. If you know you're worthy, you know you're deserving of love, and you are happy within your own life. And I want you to ask yourself that right now. Are you truly happy within your own life? And if not, what the hell is keeping you unhappy right now in your life that is keeping you from enjoying it? That is keeping you from having a blast with who you are, with where you're at, with where you're going. What is keeping you unhappy, if there's anything? Or if you're truly happy, right, then there is no one right now that's come up through the crowd that deserves your energy. Does that make sense? To all those women and men who are looking for their person, looking for their partner, if you are happy, if you have found a place of individual happiness and you haven't found your person yet, and you're like, fuck this, I'm ready to give up. Okay, how many guys are like that? I get it, because I've been there as well, right? All I can tell you with absolute certainty is that if that is the case, then there is no one on this earth just yet that has come to a place emotionally inside of themselves who actually deserves your love, who actually deserves your time, your energy, your love, and what you are here to give. And your soul may just be so fucking powerful, so fucking intense and strong in a positive, loving way that no one has built up themselves emotionally or grown enough to be able to handle that. You guys ever think about that? You guys ever think about the fact that maybe there's just no one ready yet for you? Okay? Because if there was, it'd be a match. Okay, it'd be a match. You guys would magnetize together. And that's how it works. That's how true love works. Sometimes you have to be alone for a while before that person becomes ready. And in that time when you are alone, right, seemingly alone, obviously you're never alone, we're never alone, guides and angels and whatnot, it's the time to have a blast in our lives. And I just want to say, for most of us, myself included, when we're alone and we're like, oh, woe is us, we want to find a person. It's like, there are things we're meant to be doing on our own first too, half the time, right? How many guys can relate before God wants us to get into that relationship that will last a lifetime? Okay, that's just the truth. That's like God wants us to say, hey, this is your chance. You're single now. You're not going to have a chance to do this when you're in a marriage, when you're in a lifetime relationship, right? Life changes. So my advice to you is, hey, get out what you need to get out now when you're single. And then in the time when that person's ready, when you're ready, you guys will come together naturally, okay? Sensei says, if you're young, who cares? Who cares if you're young or you're old, right? Who cares about that? And I know that, yeah, of course, says the young guy, just turned 30 over here. But, I've worked with, by the way, 60 and 70-year-olds who still have, right, that freedom, that passion, that zest, and they're like, yeah, let's keep on going and let's find a way. And it's just a matter of how, or do you believe that? Do you believe that that's possible inside and here in your belly? Okay. All right, time is short, no time for BS. There's always some time for BS. Come on, you can't be so serious. There's got to be some time for BS, just a little bit. Everyone likes some BS every now and then. I ran away here to Hawaii alone on a one-way ticket when I left a narcissist marriage. Well, that's freaking awesome. There you go. Take care of yourself. Go have a Mai Tai in Honolulu. That's one heck of a way of enjoying and celebrating. I'm ready, this I know, but I often think this Mr. Man isn't. He's on his journey. Patience. There you go. Then confirmation. I have anxiety disorder. I can't sleep. I'm panicked. I don't sleep 9 days. I sleep 3 hours a day. Try a couple of these tips if you haven't already, Tessio, okay? Number one, have a little bit of melatonin, 300 micrograms. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not a health, I am a health expert, kind of. I used to be a trainer at this place called Bulletproof Labs, but I promise you, this will work for sleep in an amazing way. 0.3, no more than that, okay? 0.300 micrograms of melatonin 30 to 45 minutes before bed. No blue light from TV, no blue light from phones. Shut all that stuff off. Do not watch anything or listen to anything that's too exciting or too scary 30 minutes to an hour before bed. And allow yourself to listen. Spirit says for you, listen, headphones, okay, to peaceful meditation music 30 minutes before bed. And try binaural beats as well. And I promise you, if you do all of those things, don't miss out on a single thing. I promise you that will help, because you have to get your brain waves shifted. You have to shift your brain waves. You have to put them down, right? Down from beta, which is like high stress, hyper focus, kind of tunnel vision mode, thinking, down into alpha and theta, okay? And no caffeine, for God's sakes. No caffeine like 6 hours before bed, okay? 0.3 milligrams, meaning 300 micrograms of melatonin. It's been shown in studies and you want to do minimum effective dose with everything, right? It's been shown in studies that's the minimum you can take, okay? That induces a full night of rest, can help induce a full night of rest in terms of your own natural production of melatonin, okay? So you can take more than that, but if you take too much, some people will wake up groggy because it's still in your bloodstream for, the whole next day sometimes. So try that out. Let me know what you think. I wake up in the middle of the night whenever I take melatonin, then it probably doesn't work for you. And again, these are general recommendations from both my experience and my experience working with clients over the years, okay, in health and in spirituality. But some, like Paola, her body doesn't really respond to melatonin either. For me, it works like a charm. It works. It gives me a full night's sleep. Very different from when I don't take it. Some people react better without it. Okay, so that might be you. Okay, Matt Ramby says talk about September 24th. So I apologize. That's what the whole point of the live stream is, and I completely forgot about that. All right, September 24th, 2022. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a live energy read for that day. Again, I already did one in a previous TikTok here. But more so than that, I want to reassure people. Here's what I feel intuitively. And again, I'm a professional astrologer, psychic medium, intuitive guide, all that stuff. You guys have heard, hopefully, who I am at this point in time. I've looked at the astrology. I felt into the energy. I think some big wave. I see a big wave coming. Okay, that could be literal, that could be metaphorical, but for these purposes, I'm going to take it as a metaphorical. They just showed me a big wave. Kind of, it looked like, this is not a prediction, but it looked like a big tsunami. I don't think that's literally happening, but I do think that the wave that they're talking about is a wave of changes that are going to be happening within society, within the earth, within the lands, okay, that are happening exponentially faster. And I see that that metamorphosis starting to happen, the speeding up process of these new changes that are going to be implemented and occurring both naturally as well as artificially, by the way, is what they slipped in, after the 24th. So I don't think anything specifically on the 24th is going to be happening, but I do think it's very symbolic. Energetically, it's very symbolic of the start of a new wave, okay, of changes being implemented in society. So the thing I would share with all of you is this. If there was something, if there was truly something that, and it always goes like this, but if there was truly something that was going to happen on one of these dates, okay, the vast chances are that none of us would have any clue about it. Even us psychic mediums, intuitives, whatever, light workers, channelers, because those are the times when we are able to most learn and be impacted by the lessons that come from whatever natural disasters or things that happen. And I know that might cause a lot of anxiety for people, but the truth is we are in a period where we're being trained to be comfortable with not knowing what lies ahead. Truly, individually, every single day. How many guys can confirm in your day-to-day basis, life and your day-to-day basis is so different every single day. It's so unpredictable. So many things change so quickly in your life that you don't know what the heck is going to be happening a week from now. You really don't, right? In terms of money, in terms of career, in terms of things are just day by day happening, right? So the real truth about September 24th, right, is that no, I do not believe, I do not feel that anything big is going to happen on that day. If I'm wrong, I'm freaking wrong. And I think we wouldn't know about it if there was. So all these predictions, all these people coming out and saying because the German chancellor said that will be remembered, it's like that doesn't mean anything, number one. And number two, they certainly wouldn't warn us about it if there was something big coming, okay? Now, that's not to say that moving forward from there's going to be a lot of things going down. Absolutely, I do believe that. But I think it's going to be more gradual, okay? I think it's going to be more gradual in terms of things beginning to speed up and shift into a new direction rather quickly because of changes being implemented both from nature and God and the divine and from artificially from society. You got to remember, we have two forces on either side. Call it the creator, God, the divine, the universe on one side, and we have whatever these people, we'll just say these other forces, these dark forces in society, controlling society. Whoever it is that's controlling society. Now, I know that sounds very conspiratorial, but let's just be honest, right? We've all heard of the World Economic Forum. We've all heard of what's going on with the health programs. And there's a lot of things that are coming up to truth that's saying there are people that have an agenda that are trying to move it forward. I'm not going to get into that. But two forces, both trying to implement their own changes, okay, at the same time. And the people, you and I, and society, we're kind of in the middle of that tug of war. Because remember, these forces over here, we'll just call them these forces, think that they are God and think that things are godless. Right? They don't believe in God. They don't believe in the divine. We are in the middle, and they are trying to pick you to go to their side. And God is trying to pick you to go to his side as well. Right? And my point is, especially with the 24th, 25th in Libra, you got to choose your side. There's no more. I just released a YouTube video that says it's time we finally accept this. Things will never be the same again. Because if we don't choose a side, there's no ability for us to have that clarity and have that full path. And to be honest with you, it's the people in the middle that will get hurt the most. The people who don't have a decision, who haven't decided, I'm on this side or I'm on that side. You guys see what I'm saying? And that's what Libra does oftentimes. The downside of Libra, I know I'm a Libra rising, is that we sometimes can get stuck in the middle and go, well, there's points that these people over here are making, and there's points that God may be making, and maybe I don't believe in God or the divine, or maybe I do, and these people say that, this is good. And it's the people in the middle who haven't decided, who are kind of neutral, that unfortunately I believe will be the ones that are affected. Let's just say that, okay? So I really do think that people will be forced into decisions after the 24th or during and after the 24th. I really do think people the bad stuff in their life will be expedited, like it will be showing up more and more and more, and it will become more and more dramatic right after that. I don't think there's going to be any room for dilly-dallying or for being lazy or for not making a decision that you need to make. I think things are going to be push come to shove, And it's like, are you in or are you out, right? Are you in or are you out? Which team are you on? That kind of energy is truly what I feel on the 24th and after. And it's not in a bad way. And I hate to say that, like, there's a little bit of pressure, because I'm not a pressure guy. But to be honest with you, at this point in time, there's been so much time for people to choose what they believe, who they believe, what they're going to do, what side they're on, that there is not as much time left to make that decision before that choice is made for you. Does that make sense? And, my feeling is that those of you watching this live stream have people around you who maybe have not made that decision. And all you can do, honestly, and all I'm seeking to do, especially with this group coaching group, is to convert, not to bring over or to show people who haven't decided what they want to believe, to show them the way of the light, to show them the way of the good path, to show them the way of the path that's here to help bring about positive change as opposed to bring everything down. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate to say good and bad. Really, that's just a human-made term. But good in terms of wanting more life, wanting more expansion, wanting more healing and growth, wanting more opportunity, right? As opposed to control, limitation, lack, and prejudice, all these things on maybe another side of the spectrum there. So anyways, that's I think that's the majority of what I needed to communicate tonight, which is that, it is decision time. And I do think, rather than something big like economically or even, naturally, externally happening, although that, again, is not out of the realm of possibility, I think it's more of an internal explosion, okay? An internal risk, right? Going off loud like sirens inside of ourselves that are getting us to move, or getting us to make a decision, or getting us to say, I'm into that, I'm all in there, and I'm out of that. That's it, right? That's what it requires. If there's anything in your life that's kind of not like that, that's kind of like, I'm kind of just doing this because it's like, that's not going to be a match here. And that's what will really be blowing up in a lot of people's faces, unfortunately, right? Again, internally, I want to stress that. But the good news is that recognizing that and then making the decision to say, whatever it is, I'm in, I'm going, that's it, that's my path, I'm all in, that will really bring a lot of good karma, a lot of good opportunity, like really, really good opportunity. So I'll start to close with this is, what is it leading up to the 24th and 25th that you guys are kind of still lingering about in, okay? And again, this is me as well. I'm sure there's things for me that I'll have to reflect on, but what is it you guys might still not have fully made a decision on? And I'm not saying which decision to make. I'm just saying, what is it that maybe you're still a little, I'm kind of lingering around in this area that I'm not really in, but I'm doing it anyways, maybe because I think I need to, or money, or family, or a job, or something like that, that your soul is just not into anymore, that you're like, it's like, hey, you gotta take action here. Okay, if it's anything I can say, and this is just, again, not all new moons are like this, but if it's anything I can say, especially with Saturn trine Mars and Gemini during this whole thing, even though it's a Mercury retrograde, there is some action. There's some required action going to be going on shortly after the 24th and 25th. Now, if you already know what you're all in on, boom, more power to you. It's going to flood the gates open with opportunity, with money, with energy and inspiration. It's going to be awesome. But if you haven't decided that and it's kind of iffy, it's going to be, again, the opposite is going to implode on you, and you're going to have to take action. Okay, you have to take action and say, nope, I'm done with that. I'm really done. I'm walking away. I'm going this way. I'm letting that go. I'm releasing it, and I'm going all into this path. And I don't know exactly why I'm doing that path fully, or if it's going to work out fully, right? I don't know. There's no certainty there, right? What do you guys think the lesson is around uncertainty? But I'm going to trust it because my gut and my heart says that it's right, okay? That's it. That's all you got to do on the 24th, on the 25th, and moving forward is heart check, gut check. Heart check, gut check. What is it that my mind keeps clinging me to that is in contrast with or against the intelligence, literally the neuronal network connected? The heart and the stomach, by the way, have their own neurons, like a brain. They're their own intelligences. I want you guys to think of this as your second and third brain. What is it that these intelligences inside of me want me to do, are saying to do, are saying is right to be in, to do, and to go? And then trust it to the point where you are willing to take physical action in your life, in society, in real life. It's going to be the first time for many of us, I believe, where we're trusting on a whim, intuitively, our heart alone, outside of this brain, okay? Where many of us are going, all right, there's no proof logically that this is going to work out, but my heart intelligence, my brain, my stomach intelligence says and feels like it's right, it's rock solid, it's for sure, it's certain, and I just have to take a leap of faith and change my life in accordance with that feeling, even if it doesn't make sense here. And that, once you can do that, that is the last step. That is the last step to being free. It is the true last step for being free. And I know this, guys. Again, I'll close out with this because this is what I had to learn 2.5 years ago. You wouldn't see me talking in front of you today if I didn't do that myself and decide to go all in on YouTube, onto TikTok, onto coaching generally, on reading people's charts and astrology and tarot, and say, I'm not going to get a job. I'm done with that. I'm done looking for a job. I'm going to trust my heart and I'm going to do this. And that's what the divine wanted. That's what God wanted. And 2.5 years later, still no job. Okay, God has provided. And that's how I do it. So, and this is coming from, I'm in a Capricorn moon. Those of you guys who know astrology, we're one of the most skeptical, logical people out there. So it was quite challenging, but I'm here to say that so I can be living proof for you guys wondering, like, should I make this move on my heart? And even if it doesn't make sense here, yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of what we're learning, collectively, individually, and in all areas of life as well as God as well. Jeremy Wood 697 says, don't believe in God. That's okay, my friend. That's okay. I'm not saying you got to believe in anything, but what I will say is to live a life without the belief or faith, at least, that there's something outside of ourselves, something outside of our human body and self, something that is maybe leading the way, okay, in our hearts, in our minds, in our emotions, that's higher than ourselves, that a higher intelligence, let's just say that, a higher intelligence. To live life without the belief in something exists as a higher intelligence is to live only a quarter or half of what we are capable of as human beings. And it's a shame that many of us, myself included at some point, by the way, because I was totally atheist, have gone into life, have lived a life disconnected from that source of higher intelligence, which we ourselves have access to, that allows us to live a really amazing life. And I will say, if you are happy the way you are, that's fantastic. If you are perfect the way you are, that's fantastic. But if something feels missing sometimes, and you're wondering, can there be something more? Is there a deeper or higher purpose to my life, to my existence? Is there something that wants to call me towards impacting more people, towards helping the world with my skills, towards being genuinely the best version of myself? Something that I can strive to be and work towards, that exists outside of myself, that wants the best for myself and for the people of this world, then I welcome you to open to that if you want to, if something is missing. But if not, that's okay, my friend. And there's a saying I love to share, which is that the divine, the universe, the higher intelligence, God, whatever you want to call it, it finds you. You don't necessarily find it. It finds you. Sometimes things can happen that does everything in its power to open us, but we also have to open the way for that intelligence and that magical energy to work through us. And that's all we got to do. But in the end, it will find you if you want to find it. All right, I have something missing, but not religious. Oh, I'm not religious either. I'm not religious, dude. Just saying. I was raised Catholic, and I was like, this is complete bullshit. This is complete bullshit. This isn't spiritual. This isn't God. This is just fucking humans saying to follow something out of a book and calling people that maybe are gay or have different beliefs like the devil. And I'm like, this is terrible. This is so stupid. Truly, and I don't mean to, if anyone's Catholic, I apologize, but the way I was indoctrinated into it, it was very hateful. And so I was atheist for a while, and then I was like, oh my God. And then I had a surgery on my right knee, and I started seeing 1111s, like angel numbers, what we call angel numbers now, all over the place. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking bullshit. And eventually I was so depressed, and I was so like hurt, and my anxiety was through the roof, and I was so like lost in my own kind of misery that I looked up the meaning of 1111 to see if there was any significance to it. And that was how the divine found me, right? Is they said, yeah, this does mean something. This is an angel number. Here's the meaning of it. And when you're lost and you need some help along the way, here we are, and we're here to find you. So I'll leave you guys with that. That is my spiritual awakening story in part. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining here. Everyone, I really mean it. I hope this helped you. A couple things I want to share. Again, if you want to get weekly group coaching, healing, spiritual sessions, I don't even know what that is, but let's just say weekly leadership group coaching sessions where I teach you from my own knowledge and experience how to heal, right? Emotionally, traumatically, mentally, physically, and emotionally. How to tap into your superpowers, right? Spiritually, physically, and emotionally. And how to really know and to find out your true path here on earth. I highly recommend my new group coaching program. It's only $33.33 a month. Lowest price I've ever hosted on this planet. Ask people who've worked with me before. And my intention really is to grow that group and that community to as large as it can go, so that that group specifically can literally impact the world. Like, that's my goal with it. Like 1,000 people, 2,000 people in that group, and that core group for the earth can go out and actually change the world, because it's such a ripple impact of those people whose people's lives were changed from me and from them and from so on. So if you guys resonate with that, if you guys resonate with me, if you want a private community with people, if you want live group coaching sessions, check out the link in my bio. It is $33 for a limited time. That is going to go up a bit because, quite frankly, $33 is really cheap for what you're getting. But it's my introductory offer. So check that out. Check out my newest YouTube video on the new moon. It goes into the new moon in Libra in depth. On my YouTube channel, Brandon Tobias. Be sure to hit that bell button on my homepage here on TikTok so you can get notified for all live streams coming up. And definitely be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Finally, if you want to work with me, either in a one-on-one coaching container, a one-on-one session, or get a astrological reading, where I literally channel your chart, the soul of your chart, the soul of you, and channel through me your exact soul purpose here on earth, and answer up to 3 questions that you want to know about your life path and who you are, check out my website, brandontobias.com, and check out the Empowered Astrological Reading. I find a lot of people, that's a great way, a gateway to get people moving in the right direction, and they can move up if they want to continue working with me from there. But other than that, I love you guys. Thanks so much for the support, for the great conversation. Red Bryce says, I'll look into it, but no promises. No promises needed, my friend. Whoever wants to join is welcome. And if you don't want to, if it's not your cup of tea, that's totally good. My intention is to be as transparent with you guys as possible about it. It is come and go, right? So like, there's no pressure to join for like 6 months. You could join for a month and then quit, and that's perfectly fine. So it's whatever people want and need, right? That's what I'm offering. So I love you guys. I will be probably live throughout the week. So I'll see you soon, both on YouTube and TikTok. It's good to be back. Enjoy your new moon in Libra and September 24th, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.